Yeah, so I like the description of the 10 and how balanced it is. But tell me a little bit more how you're surprised with that and surprised with the 9.
It's a bit difficult because 10 is such an extraordinary wine that it's very difficult, more difficult than usual to just throw a few words to describe it. I think it's one of the most achieved, most complex, most refined wines we have ever produced. Sometimes I even think that it might be the best wine we have ever produced. But this would be unfair to so many other vintages. But somewhere there is a level of finesse, of subtlety, of complexity, of depth, of everything, which has been achieved in 10, which I don't remember having ever tasted in the previous vintages.
So you prefer it to 2009 then?
Well, it's a fair question, and I would be afraid to give an unfair answer because I had more or less the same feeling with 09, and I may remember having told you about my excitement with 09. So I think it's a bit early to compare them. From day one, I thought 10 had more refinement, density, something more than 09, but when I taste 09 now, which is 1 year older, it offers so much more. So I think it will be interesting to follow. It's a bit early to say.
Are you surprised by how good and delicious they are to taste and drink, even though they have such beautiful and significant structure?
No, I'm not surprised, because this is something which is very typical of the more, say, modern wines. If I had to define modern wines, it's exactly like that. The modern wines offer more structure, more density, and also more easy drinkiness at an early stage. This is what we have been able to achieve, all of us in Bordeaux, since the last 15, 20 years.
But you told me also that the 2009 and 2010, the alcohols are relatively low by modern standards, just above 13. Do you think that adds something to your wines?
Yes, probably. I think that our terroir has the gift to bring the grapes to perfect ripeness without bringing sugars and alcohol to a too high level. So I think it's truly a gift of the terroir, because as soon as alcohol climbs over 13.5, I think you always lose some subtlety. And these two wines, 09 and 10, are at about 13.1, 13.2, which I think is a wonderful advantage, because they have that refinement which you hardly find in wines which are close to 14.
So tell me just your first impressions of 2012. We just tasted some samples. You're doing some blends, which is exciting. How's the 12? Is it better than people think?
Well, I don't know exactly what people think. I would expect people not having big expectations about 12, because unfortunately most people, I'm the same, and with things I'm not so close to, we don't expect. We expect things to be either great or not that good. The truth is very different. I think 11, for example, is a much better vintage than what most people think, and 12 is exactly the same. We expect 12, and we know 12 will be slightly better than 11 without being at the same level as 09 and 10. Now, when I say that, people might expect, if it's not 09 and 10, it has to be bad. Of course not. It can be wonderful. I think that 12, 20 years ago would have been considered as a great vintage, probably. So everything is relative to its environment. We are still under the amazing impression which was left by 10, but 12 will be very good, very different depending on the terroir. But I think the great terroir have produced wonderful wines in 12.
I look forward to tasting it in a few months.
You're welcome.
Great.